Hey guys, this is Elliot WaveSage. Want to go ahead and do a market update. Like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do what's best for you. Just use this for your education and entertainment purposes only. So let's start with the indexes here, indices. So I'm looking at the Dow Jones. Um, right now we have this bullish 1-2-1-2 setup. I'm thinking that this is some kind of lead-in diagonal. So we could be getting a sell-off. A sell-off that could drop us down to 38,700. So that's about 600 points down. So be careful. There could be a sell-off coming as this wave 2 is developing. There are some things weak underneath. This doesn't have to happen. I can play with the labeling in a lot of different ways, but I like this labeling for now. SPY, same thing. I'm still calling it in a more bullish 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 with the first wave finishing up here as we get another push higher, and then we should correct this, at least this wave. Now there's always a chance that we could be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would correct us back down to 538, 536, but there's no guarantee. So either we're going to correct back down to 550, find support and really rip, or we will have a deeper correction. But either way, it's buy the dip. It's a buy the dip moment like it usually is when that happens. If it happens, because we can always assume that this is another one too. The wave, as you can see, of 1-2. Now here, you're like, where's the 4? Well, the 4 is just so tight, you don't see it, but I had to look into the RSI to see that. So there is a 4 in here. It's just so tight, which is typical of a 3, right? Now, what we don't have is a real good gap and run, like separation. So there's always a chance we could do another one of these and then get that on this push, on that push. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, which one we're going to get. The triple Qs, for right now, I am labeling this more bearish here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still did not take out the divergences here. We have the bearish divergence. So this is looking like there is a risk it's a wave 5. And if that's a wave 5, that would make this most likely a wave 3 to correct this cycle, to correct this cycle, and we could see a pretty steep pullback in technology all the way back down to 476, 480 here, something like that. Again, it'll be just another dip to buy though. There's always a possibility though that this doesn't happen because there's a lot of people shorting because they're hoping for this or something even worse. But this could always just continue to extend and erase the divergence and surprise people, and this becomes another 1-2, 1-2. So that's why I don't want to short it, but I'm just showing you the labeling based on the information I have now. IWM, again, looking at it, looks like either we finished here, but if you look, it looks like 3. So either we drop back down to 199, 198 to finish that correction, or we make one more high to get 5, and then we pull back later and come out, one or the other. Bitcoin, trying to find the bottom here, came up in 5, we have a 3-swing move. We came up in another 5, we have another 3-swing move, and now we're trying to come out of this and bottom out and get going. It is holding these levels. Ethereum is also holding the level. Litecoin bounced and held the level. Link came up, corrected, bounced, really nice bounce, actually taking out this high convincingly and pulled back, very bullish. Bitcoin Cash did not quite get to the buy area here, but we got 5 up. Could be a done here, could come down, don't know, we'll see. So you can see crypto is trying to turn up. Oil did hit the end of our triangle, so this is either the end of the line for oil, or it's gonna go a lot higher. I thinking we still are at risk of a breakdown in oil at any moment. So just unless we can negate this triangle pattern, but it turned lower. Silver today was actually a good dip buy opportunity. We came up in 5 and we came back in 3 with a dip buy, and now we could be entering wave 3. That should take us to these higher areas potentially. There's always a chance though the bounce can fail and go lower. And gold, same type of chart, crash correction. It's either finished here or we'll take another swing lower, but I do think it's obviously a 1-2-1-2. The dollar index came down, looks like in 5 here, and it's trying to figure out, is this a flat? And we spike back up to 105.3 and drop, or is it already finished? And we're in another 1-2 and it's about to really unravel. We don't know. But as you could see, these were great areas to sell the dollar, and they all played out. And people were so scared when this was happening, but this is why you have to not manage. You have to manage your emotions and have a the bigger picture in mind, and it worked out. And then the 10-year bond is in the same situation. We had the buy a bond sell rates 1, 2. Now this could be a 3, 4, 5, so we could actually put the 1 here, and we could see this as part of that sell-off that's coming in the indices. There's too many possibilities. In fact, I probably would like to put the 1 somewhere here. Okay, and look, we broke through whatever this flag. It's not really a flag, but area of consolidation, and now we should be hopefully going lower soon. And in fact, like I said, this could be done here. So I'm not going to label the shorter time frame, but the general idea is lower rates. How's the VIX doing? Again, you have a move down here. So you come up in 3, you come down in 3, you come up in 3 with 3, and then you're down in 3, and looks like we want to do another push higher, right? That's what it looks like. And again, bigger picture, we'll just kind of try to see if we can label the VIX and see if we can anticipate where the market may be headed. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3. So there's a label here, then an A, B, C here, and then a 1, 2. So here you have A, B, and if this is C, we didn't really take out this peak yet to call X in. So we're probably still in this mini connector here. So I think looking at it, let's take another look. Let's go to a higher time frame. So we did erase here and here. So potentially we are moving higher in Y. So the question is what degree are we in? Is Y going to come back up and extend and break this high, which is what we would expect as we continue to go sideways? Or are we still in a larger X degree and we just make a marginal 3-swing high move? So we don't know yet, but it does appear to me the VIX is ready to go higher. So there probably is a sell-off brewing in the market. A sell-off is coming of some kind. Here you have an A, B, so maybe a little more downside and then a move higher. And then we'll need to see what degree we're in here. But for now, we'll just label it like this. So the VIX tells me that we should get a C wave. That should coincide with the pullback, but the strength of this will define how deep the correction in the indices will end up being, and whether we put X here and then we look for Y later to end, in a longer correction, or it's a very small three-wave move, and we're probably still in X, and then we just continue to grind higher. So we'll have to wait and see where the market what the market wants to do. But it does look like we need another push higher on the VIX there. So there is a risk of a sell-off, but we all know that that's going to happen, right? You're getting close to 5 up. There's a lot of stocks that have already peaked in 5 and pulled back or about to. So we know there's a pullback coming. So today was a good day to raise some cash to go shopping for a pullback, even if it's shallow. If it's shallow or if it's deep, depending on the degree we're correcting. If it's a larger degree and it's deep, then I want to buy the mega cap stocks on this, especially like the Nvidias and stuff, like the Amazons. So just keep that in mind, but you'll have to do what's best for you. So that's what's on my shopping list on this 4 is mega cap tech. Here, if we get this. But again, I said there's nothing guaranteed. The market could still fool us. That's why, you know, you have to manage your money. So you have some money ready to go in case you get a bigger drop, so you can put that to work. So a good idea was keep your leaders, but sell your laggards, the ones that are really sucking wind. If you have stocks that have gone up since, you know, June and haven't made any money, and then I would say you probably aren't going to make any money when this happens. So I think it's more than safe to say you probably should just rotate out of those picks, your weakest ones, and then keep your runners, because the market should still be supported, and the time to sell your runners comes later at these higher levels here. Is kind of my thought process. But if we've come a pretty good way, you know, and if you don't have a lot to show for it, then you should probably ditch those stocks by now, because they should have popped. They should have popped by now if they were gonna pop. So that's how I look at this. Then the Hang Seng, guys, still trying to grind lower. When the Hang Seng gets down here, then I believe this could be, again, market correction. But here, then this should, you would think, support the market to be bullish. And again, oil, just watch it. If we start getting to these 86, 87, the triangles negate it, and oil will go much higher. We have to keep an eye on that. So now I'll go through some stocks that I know you guys like to trade and I usually cover, like GameStop. So GameStop has been turning up in a slow grind. Here, it looks like we had a three-wave move here in a 1-2. Now this is either going to be a flat, and then it will come back down to 23, kind of like that. Or it is already finished and we're ready to kind of get to the $27 level as the next area of resistance, or potentially higher. Then technology. So how's Apple doing? So Apple, we have it in this fifth wave. It looks like this is the 4-wave, and it looks like this 5th wave is close to ending. Okay. Of course, we'll check divergences real quick. We still haven't taken the peaks out. We still have divergence, so this is in danger of a drop, and maybe a large one, all the way back down to 205. So just keep in mind that this first impulse off this major low could be over. But it's just another 1-2, right? It's just another dip to buy, like I keep saying, if we come back down. So we'll have to wait and see if we get this. Amazon, I warned about the flat correction here. Now, we got another swing higher, so we still have 3 swings. We just put the B here. I still worry about the flat correction in Amazon to backtest this trend line area. And so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that for now. Then Tesla looks like it finished a 4 of 5 here. No, I could do this kind of like that to be conservative. and then we could be entering a larger degree wave 4, and then we'll get one more 5, then to correct this move for a bigger pullback. Now what I do want to see is this 45 or 4 hour. I want to see it drop and come up with bearish divergence to know that this 5 is in. This 5 is in. Because that's typically how it trades when it's in the extremes here. See, this is how it came up. In 3, it pulled back, and then it made a higher high, but it made that bearish divergence. This was the time to sell it. And you can check time and time again. It does that on the 4 hours. So when we're here, look for the pullback, a pretty healthy one, but then look for another higher high with bearish divergence. And then that could be the time to take the profit if you're a day trader on these moves here. Now, if you're long term, you don't want to do that either. You don't want to get cute here because there's a lot more gains left to come. But if you're trading it, that's an idea. That's how I would like think about trading it. Pull back high and then use this to get out of your, take your profit here, which should be TSLL at this 18 to $20 area. And again, I have to label it like this. So we'll have to wait and see. And again, I could be off by a swing. So we'll have to wait and see. Adobe started to pull back. I think it's got a wave 5 and a bigger pullback. AMD is in a wave 3. This looks like another one too. So maybe AMD has more upside coming. Microsoft, I do have it as an end of a 5th wave. So that would pull us back to 390. That's a pretty big correction that could be coming. Get rid of that. So that's this swing here. So this is coming close to an end, although let's look at divergence. So you've got good divergence here, but you notice the 4 hour, you've erased it. So we are actually still in wave 5. So Microsoft is still going to push a little bit higher in wave 5. So I had to take a quick another look at that. I hadn't looked at that until just now. So we are still in 3 of 5. NVIDIA, like I said, I have this buy area. If we do want to take a dump, to buy it. If not, it will push higher. And it's trying to do that, gain momentum out. So then let's look at Netflix again. I think that was another one. If I can find it here. End in a wave 5 at any moment with a pullback back down to 560. Okay, just be careful. So there's a lot of potential wave 5. So there is some risk out there for a sell-off, guys. There's a risk, but this sell-off will be an opportunity to go long again. I think I covered everything I want to cover in the technology space. Let's see just AMC real quick. It is coming off the low like we had hoped. That looks like another one too. We did break this high, set us up for more upside. I expect continuation higher in AMC. And this could actually be a lot of ways to label. I'll just leave it open for now. RK did break this high. It is trying to finish. It looks like some kind of 5-wave move, maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe again RK something like this, and then a bigger pullback. China, I think, is weak until the Hang Seng hits its buy area. Now commodity stocks are starting to, get weak, right? They're just taking a lot of patience, but we haven't seen anything that gets me super excited yet. We're still turning lower on these stocks, but there is a technical line in the sand that's about to be crossed, whether it's here or here, but we're like figuring it out. All right, healthcare, if there's anything, there was really nothing. So today wasn't really good opportunities to buy anything. It was really an opportunity to just get some cash ready to go just in case we do not extend, right? There's always a chance this is another one too, and we extend hard. But because of all those potential other counts and what I just showed you, it's smart to have some cash ready just in case. Now, there was also some talk of what happens if Bitcoin breaks this? Is it the end of the world? Is it a catastrophe? Is it a catastrophe? No, because we talked about this before. We would relabel this as a 3-4-5. We would have some kind of three swing move with a shallow connector, which would be perfect because that would get us down to 38, 40,000. So it would just be a bigger correction in crypto. So if you're weak hands, you got to understand what's happening. A lot of people that don't do this type of charting like I do would be highly confused and scared and won't know. Now, that's what also happened here. People just don't know. They're so scared. But if you're doing it, you're like, oh, it's just a three-wave move. It hit the buy area against an impulse. So using this system, you're calm. You're in control. You're not scared. Because everything technically is so far holding. So far. Same thing in Litecoin. You're trading Litecoin. Oh my gosh, it's crashing. I'm ruined. It's going to go down to $8. The head and shoulders will play out. But no, you just do the three-wave move. You have your buy area, and boom, vertical. You're calm. You're in control. There's no panic. So that's why this system is really good, because there's no reason to panic. The bulls were in control. Look, we came off 5 off the low, 3 here. We're in control. So the bulls are actually, even though it looks very erratic, the bulls are actually in control technically. Now, we need to wait and see if that can continue, but we are coming close to a decision, because once we do break, I think 59,000, then I think it will be off to the races, and then we should be entering a pretty good snapback to 66,000, maybe 65, 64.5, somewhere around there. So I think very interesting with crypto. Now, what I don't like about crypto is some of the crypto stocks aren't really in good setups. Like, there's some things that need more downside, like Coinbase here. MicroStrategy is another one. I'd like to see this low break. I'd like to see this CLSK finally break down here. So what this also tells me is maybe I shouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin wants to make another swing lower. And if it does, these will be the areas that will support the market and also call the low. And maybe that's what's out of sync with the market right now. So once Coinbase hits 181, wherever Bitcoin trades, it's ready to roll. So I think it's just like, so you got to keep an open mind about crypto, because some of these have not like reached an area, like the Ethereum trust, needs a little more downside. So is Ethereum showing a warning that there's still more downside? So I look through it, but it's not all of them. It's just a few like that. Like ARCB did hit the buy area where exactly, so that actually supports the price. Bitcoin Cash essentially hit the buy area, went vertical. That's support. So there's some things that support, but there's cross current technically. So I have to keep an open mind that perhaps we make, we come back to finish a 3 swing and we do make another drop, but we need to just look at that and just think about it. But we could trade each chart on its own merit and just to kind of understand the bigger picture that these things are happening. And then you'll also know the dollar index probably wants to correct this move down stronger than it has already. So if you're betting on Bitcoin 66, you're probably betting on more more dollar index weakness. But if we do correct back up, then maybe crypto will take a more downside. So I think it's just things to think about. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't read the future. I just trade the charts, the probabilities. Right now in crypto, it looks okay, but it would be better if those other stocks I showed you in crypto were in their buy areas already, but they're not. And because of that, that's a concern. The other thing is, well, how could that resolve? What if Bitcoin does resolve bullish? Well, maybe then Coinbase extends in this connector, and this sea leg comes in when the wave 5 in Bitcoin ends, right? Because I did say there's a chance in Bitcoin that we could be in a wave 5 here, right? This is a wave 5, right? Now, it's 50-50. Is this a 2 or a 5? Is this a 2 and going into 3 and we never come see these prices again, or is it a 5? So if we do go up from here with those other stocks not finishing, like MicroStrategy and Coinbase, then I think there is a case to be made. This is going to be a 5, and when this wave comes, that will be when those stocks finally bottom out. Just something to think about. But if you trade each chart on its own merit, you're doing okay. That's why I look at correlations, but I don't put too much, I don't overweight the correlations. I do put more weight on the individual chart. All right, guys, that's all I got. Good luck trading, and we'll talk later. And I think we've got a couple news events coming up. Powell testimony, and I believe I read somewhere CPI even. I have to double check that, but I think that's the case. So if that's the case, the market won't go nowhere until those news events happen. All right, guys, thanks.